I don't know about you guys, but this year I want to be my best organized self. Today I'm talking all about containers and investing in your space. My name is Lauren and this is Orderly Conducts. The first thing on my checklist of making sure that you're buying the right container for your space is number one, you want to know exactly what you're going to be using that container for. You want to know exactly where it's going to go in your home so that you're not just creating a pile of clutter. Don't just organize for style and cuteness. Make sure that it is suitable for your space and for the needs that you have in mind for that specific container. The next thing you want to do is check for size. Again, you don't want to end up with anything useless in your home, so you want to make sure that whatever you're purchasing is the exact right size for that thing or those things. You don't want to end up with a box or container that's too big for your space or too small. It's the worst. Trust me. The last thing is you want to make sure you check for quality. This is something I prefer not to skimp on. This is something that I prioritize now. As an organizer, I had to learn this. It's really important that you have something that is useful, that doesn't break, that works and functions amazingly so that you don't end up going back to the store or repurchasing, organizing equipment, or you end up with something that's breaking all the time or doesn't keep your food fresh. So that's really important. I'd like to give you a little bit of an example of what I mean when I say purchase for quality. About a year ago, I went and bought this container to organize my cereal. My kids love cereal, so I always buy the big bags of cereal. And I needed a container that was going to be big enough to hold my bag of cereal. So I went ahead and I purchased this. And as you can see, this is a really nice size container, and yes, it did hold all the cereal. But what I did not account for when I bought this was how secure is it and how well does this container close? This container does not close very well. The lid actually just kind of sits on top. It doesn't actually clamp down. And there's no like airtight, food safe anything. Is just kind of a top that goes right on, just like a regular container. So what ended up happening was all my cereal went stale. Another thing is that this container was way too big for my cabinets. So I ended up having to find an alternative spot for this container just for cereal. That was really annoying. That's when I made a decision to use something else. I don't use that for cereal anymore. And to be honest, that container is completely useless. I thought I was going to be able to repurpose it, but right now it just sits in the back of my cabinet in my kitchen and does nothing at all. So that's exactly what I mean with you want to eliminate clutter. You want to eliminate just random things laying around your house. Don't buy anything you do not need and that's not going to be useful for your space. I'd like to recommend, if you're organizing your food, to go to Target, because I love Target. I don't know about you guys, but I get lost in Target. It's amazing. But go to Target and get the Made by Design food storage containers. I recommend this brand because not only is it reasonably priced, but for the price, it is really good quality. I like the plastic. It's made well. It's not cheapy. It's nice and sturdy, nice and thick. The top has an airtight lid, so all your food is going to stay fresh. This is amazing. All my cereal stays fresh now. I will say this does not hold all of my bag cereal, but I was willing to purchase more of these than that one container that I had because it just made more sense for my home. These also are designed to fit perfectly in your cabinets. So when you buy the whole collection, all of the containers fit perfectly next to each other and it saves so much space in my cabinet. I highly recommend the Made by Design by Target. You will save money and you will have a really cute looking pantry or kitchen cabinet. So go check it out, go get it. Another place I recommend getting really cool and useful organizing containers is the Dollar Tree. Now, I know we're talking about quality. You don't want to get all of your containers from the Dollar Tree, especially if you're talking about organizing food. But I will recommend going to the Dollar Tree for the little baskets that they have. They're so cute and they can be used for anything. They're really sturdy for $1. I thought that this was a great deal. I literally use these little baskets in my bathroom. I use them in my linen closet. I use them in my laundry room. I use them in my kitchen, my kids' room, everywhere. And they're $1. So you can't beat that. This basket has been so reliable. I have not had to buy another one since I purchased these. And I just recommend trying out the Dollar Tree and seeing what you can find. Also, it helps that these come in different colors. So if you're looking to kind of stay with a theme or have a specific color for your house, you want to make sure that you can find different colors in these, and that's really cool. I think that this is like perfect. Another place I recommend finding good quality containers for a very inexpensive price is a thrift store. Now, if you're not somebody that likes to dig around and shop a lot or drive around, then I wouldn't recommend a thrift store. But if you're someone that likes to shop for deals like me, then the thrift store is Disneyland, okay? Like, I get lost in Goodwill. They have Dollar Thursdays in my area, and it is just amazing. I go in there and I actually look for really gently used organizing boxes, containers that I can repurpose in my home and in my space. And I have scored so many times. I find things for $1, for sometimes even 59 cents, because if they're having like an extra deal or an extra half off or whatever. And if I'm not mistaken, all of the Goodwills are open during the pandemic. So make sure you're being safe. Make sure you're using hand sanitizer and wearing your mask when you're going into these stores. But I highly recommend trying out the Goodwill to save a lot of money and to just kind of get some unique things. People throw away and donate things all the time, and you never know what you're going to come out with. So I would recommend going into a thrift store and giving it a try. So I want you to stay tuned for more videos like this. If you have any ideas or you have any questions of any videos that you'd like to see moving forward, then hit me in my comments, like this video, give it a thumbs up, and subscribe to this channel for more tips and tricks on how to stay organized in your home. Thanks for watching.